Welcome to my classroom. In this video, we are going to talk about a calculus concept called the quotient rule. So basically, the quotient rule is useful in finding the derivative of functions when the functions are in the form of a fraction. So the formula is d by dx of f of x over g of x will be equal to your second function first, g of x, times the derivative of your first function, top function, minus, this minus is a part of the formula, f of x, your top function, times the derivative of your bottom function. So, and at the bottom of the derivative of this given function, you will have your original function g of x, and we do the square of g of x. So I'm going to repeat and explain it more to you. Basically, this is already a formula. We will do the proof of this formula in another video. Excuse me. So basically, quotient rule is used to find the derivative of functions whenever your function are in the form of p by q or a over b, where q is not equal to 0, f of x over g of x. That's your top function, bottom function. So the formula is you will have your bottom function times the derivative of top function minus your top function times the derivative of bottom function or denominator. Everything solved and divided by g of x whole squared. So it's vital to remember here that the minus sign is the part of the formula, and subtraction is not commutative. By that I mean 4 minus 7 is not same as 7 minus 4. So we cannot change the order of these two pieces right here. We will practice an example on the next page, and the example that I have picked is going to be this, that we are going to find the d by dx of 3x plus 9 divided by 2 minus x. So, sorry, there should not be an equal to here. Equal to. That's what we are going to calculate on the next page. So please pause the video and copy the formula if you need to, because it's going to come handy when we do more quotient rule questions. All right, so let us continue with our first example that I gave you on the last page, and our question is find the derivative of d by dx of 3x plus 9 over 2 minus x. So what I like to do is I like to label my functions as f of x over g of x. It really helps to identify, things when I have to plug them back into the formula. And I also write down right next to them f prime x, because I use them back and forth in the formula, f prime x and g prime x. So f prime x from here is the derivative of f of x, which is this. The derivative is nothing but the slope of the tangent line, and the slope, as I'm seeing here, this is in the slope-intercept form where 9 is the y-intercept. The slope is the number next to x, so which will be 3. So f prime x is 3. And then we will also identify our g prime x, which is the derivative of, or the slope for this function only, which is, there is an invisible 1 here, so it's -1. So the slope from this question is -1. Slope of a constant number 2 is 0. Slope of 9 is 0. So now students, we have everything listed out. Now it's just a matter of putting everything into the formula, and that too correctly. So remember, our formula had our second function first, the original second function. So we will have 2 minus x, that is our g of x, times f prime x. What is f prime x? 3. minus a part of the formula. Then comes f of x. F of x is our original function f of x, which is 3x plus 9, times g prime x. G prime x was -1 right here, so we can apply that, -1. Over everything divided by g of x, my original function, whole square. I like to separate them using square brackets because it makes things easier. You can see which two pieces are separate and which ones I need to first simplify. At the bottom, I can either use FOIL or the square formula, whichever you would like. The answer would be same both ways. Now we have to use the distributive property over here and solve them. This -1 will get distributed to both of them. So I'm sure you're able to do that mentally, and that's totally fine with me. So we are going to calculate that or simplify our numerator here. So our answer will be 3 times 2 is 6 minus 3 times x, 3x. Negative, we'll have a negative 3x when we divide that, multiply that by -1. So negative times this negative is positive, so we'll have a positive 3x. And then 9 times -1 is -9, but there's a negative here, so it'll be positive 9. Over 2 minus x whole squared, which can be further written as plus 3x and minus 3x are gone. 6 plus 9 will be 15. Over, either you can leave it this way or you can further FOIL it out or multiply it out. So I'm going to use the a minus b whole squared formula, which is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So this should be the answer for my derivative of the given function using quotient rule. It just amazes me that we can take any function in the world in the form of a fraction, f of x over g of x, and this formula holds true for any function provided to us. If we have the point x, we can find the slope of the tangent line at that given point. It's just so amazing, I feel. So we will practice more examples in my further videos. I hope I made sense of it. If there's a mistake, you find me making a mistake, please do let me know and I'll try to fix it. And thank you for watching the video. You like, share, or subscribe if you like watching my videos, and have a good one. Bye.